the creation of Lebanon as a nation-state is a product of colonialism and the drawing of borders in the Middle East by Western powers. The French played a significant role in the establishment of Lebanon as a separate state from Syria in 1920 based on religious and sectarian divisions within the region. However, the creation of Lebanon was not without its controversies, and its formation set the stage for future conflicts that would shape the region's history. The end of the First World War brought significant changes to the political landscape of the Middle East. The defeat of the Ottoman Empire led to the partitioning of its territories by the victorious Allied powers, and the establishment of new nation-states based on colonial interests. In the case of Lebanon, the French were granted a mandate over Syria and Lebanon by the League of Nations in 1920. The region that became Lebanon had been part of the Ottoman Empire for centuries and was part of the Greater Syria province. It had a diverse population of Christians, Muslims, and Druze, with different sects and communities coexisting in relative harmony for centuries. The area's religious and cultural diversity played a crucial role in its history, and it became a center for trade and commerce under the Ottomans. However, the arrival of the French changed this dynamic as they sought to establish a separate state for Maronite Christians, who were a minority in the region. The French claimed that the Maronites needed protection from their Muslim neighbors and that they were a separate ethnic group that deserved their own state. However, this narrative was a product of colonial interests and sectarianism rather than an accurate reflection of the region's demographics. Establishment of Lebanon. In September 1920, the French High Commissioner in Syria, General Henry Gouraud, declared the creation of Greater Lebanon, which included the Beirut region, Mount Lebanon, and the northern parts of the Bekaa Valley. This new state was much larger than the traditional Maronite heartland in Mount Lebanon, and it included significant Muslim and Druze populations. The French authorities used a census from 1911, which was outdated and did not reflect the region's demographic changes. As a result, the Maronite Christian population was overrepresented, and other groups were underrepresented in the new state's borders. The establishment of Lebanon was also accompanied by the creation of a new political system that favored the Maronites, who were given a disproportionate share of political power and representation in the government. Impact of the creation of Lebanon. The creation of Lebanon had significant implications for the region's political and social landscape. The new state's borders created a new religious and sectarian division in the region, which would shape the country's future conflicts. The Maronites, who had been a minority in the region, gained a disproportionate amount of power and resources, while other communities were marginalized. The new state's borders were also drawn without consideration for the region's economic and social ties, leading to a split between the coastal regions and the eastern regions, which were more closely linked to Syria. The creation of Lebanon also had implications for neighboring countries, as it was seen as a betrayal of Arab nationalism and a continuation of Western imperialism in the region. The Maronites, who had initially supported the creation of Lebanon, soon became disillusioned with the new state's government and its policies. The establishment of Lebanon had created a system that favored the Maronites, but it also led to their isolation from other communities and created tensions between different groups. The new state's government was also accused of corruption and favoritism, leading to widespread unrest and protests.